If you're currently running a Shopify store or an e-commerce business, did you know that 20 to upwards of 40% could come from this one single thing? And what that one thing is email marketing, aka follow-up marketing. Follow-up marketing is the single most important thing that you can do after you start getting traffic to your website. After you have someone come to your website, it's not like, bye, never see you again. You want to do whatever you can to then retarget those visitors to heighten your chance of them getting to purchase for a first time or a second or even a third time. And so that is why in this video, we're going to be going over email marketing completely for beginners, step by step. A lot of times when people think about email marketing, I think, especially for newbies, they think, oh, I don't want to annoy my customers or I don't want to annoy my email list. But the reality is utilizing that list and at the very minimum, sending out at least one email and even one text message per week is pretty standard. If you look at the biggest e-commerce websites in the world, they're sending out emails and text messages at least one time, if not 2 or even 3 times per week, depending on the season. And like I said, we're going to go through an entire strategy or my personal strategy that has contributed to an additional 30% of extra revenue to my own stores. Yes, that means in my total sales every single month, 30% of those sales is just coming from retargeting past customers or people that haven't spent money with me but signed up for my email list, which again, we'll show you how to do all of that in this video. If you are just in the research phase of your e-commerce journey and you're just collecting all the research to then take action, and you are somebody that hasn't purchased your domain yet. Your domain is one of the single most important things when it comes to setting up your online business for the first time. And so that is where the .online domain comes into play. Unlike the traditional .com domains, a .online domain is actually memorable and associated with selling products online. Using a domain name like yourbrand.domain makes your brand instantly memorable and recognizable and makes you stand out in comparison to all the other .com traditional types of URLs for your business. Using a .online domain is relatively more affordable, versatile, and globally understood. So if you're interested in purchasing a .online domain today, make sure you go to the link in the description. Setting this up inside of Shopify is super easy in just a few steps. You can immediately start using it inside of your Shopify store. All you have to do is go to Shopify admin, go to settings and then domains, and then you're going to select connect existing domain. You're going to enter your domain name, click on next. You're going to log into your domains provider account and you're quickly just going to update these 2 things. One is update your DNS settings to point to the Shopify's IP address. And then 2, you're going to update your CNAME record to point to shops.myshopify.com. And of course, My Shopify, you're going to replace that with your actual Shopify store name. And then you're going to wait for your changes to take effect. And the only thing that you just want to make sure of is that make sure that your new domain is your primary domain in Shopify so that it matches. This is going to take you all about 5 minutes to set up, and then you are good to go and you can start using your domain name. All right, now let's hop back into email marketing. When it comes to setting up an entire email marketing system for your Shopify store, first you need to select your actual email hosting provider. So I've been using Omnisend since 2019 now. Yeah, wow, 2019. Omnisend is one of the leading email provider. They have grown so much since I started using them, and I actually now use them for SMS via sending text messages. I use them for all my email automations, all of my broadcasts, and for my form. So I built my opt-in form with Omnisend to people to opt in, which again, we are going to show you how to do all of this in this video. Basically, Omnisend covers all of your email marketing needs. It does everything. It's not like you need to go get another software for your form builder or for your text messages. It does every single thing in one place. So let's just start from the top here, and I am going to hop into my computer and walk you through this. All right, so we are inside of my Omnisend account, okay, the first thing that you're going to want to do is connect this to your Shopify store. So what you're going to want to do is come into settings and go to connected store, right? And you can quickly connect your store from this page. Now, my store is already connected, so there's nothing that we need to do here. Now, the first thing that you want to make sure that your store has is a pop-up form. So that is the form that pops up on your website that offers a discount or some sort of sexy offer for someone to opt in. This is the single most important thing that exists on your website, and Omnisend is going to build that for you. So if you come in here and go to forms, once your Shopify store is connected, you can come in here and click create form. Now, they already have a whole bunch of templates that you can already use for your store. They even have gamified versions of this. So you can do the spin wheel of fortune, where basically to opt in, they get to spin this. I'm sure you've seen these before on other people's website. And in order to spin it, they need to give their email address. And then once they spin it, they get their success discount code or their prize. Now, this is a gamified version, but again, they have all different templates that you can use, or you can custom build your own template. You don't have to use one of their templates. For example, ideally, if you're doing text messages and SMS, you can just come in here and build your form, and you can easily drag and drop the information that you want. Now, historically, single column forms convert better than having two columns, so it's better to put the form box on top of one another like this instead of doing them side by side, right? You can see this is step 1 of the form, step 2. Now, another thing that I just recommend is putting an image. So you can come in here and you can drag an image, right? I can also delete, right? And I would upload an image of your best-selling product. This is just going to help incentivize that conversion of someone actually taking the 10 seconds to put in their name and phone number. Whether you know it or not, the more micro commitments you can get somebody to make with your store before or after purchase, the more loyal of a customer they are. So even if it's just giving an email or a phone number, that is a micro commitment to your store, making them a more loyal potential customer or customer. You can make this mandatory if you want to remove that. And you can see this is what success page looks like. Now, once you set up a opt-in form, you're going to want to go ahead and create an automation. So an automation slash workflow. So if I come here and click workflow, you can see there's a bunch of different templates. And essentially what this actually is after someone opts in, they need to go then get that discount code or that text message that they opted in for. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to automations, right? So they just opted in, but now they actually need to get that follow-up email and text message. So we're going to go over here and we're going to create a workflow, and you can see this workflow here. There is already templates made for you. This one gives you one email and one text message. So let's go ahead and do that one. So we can customize that workflow. So now we have our welcome sequence. So you can already see that if this is the first time you've set up a form, right? The subscription method is sign up form and the subscription is true. So 1 minute after they sign up, they are going to get their welcome email. So you can edit the content here, right? And see that welcome email. So if your discount was 10% off, here is the email that they will get sent. And these are all pre-built templates that exist inside of Omnisend. But remember, they also opted in to get text messages as well. And just rule of thumb, guys, text messages convert at like 10 times that of email marketing. So I recommend that you actually do both, right? Like if you're going to do this engine, then send out at least one text message and one email per week. We personally send out 2 text messages and 2 emails per week, right? And so they need to get that discount via text and via email. So good thing they got it via email. Now we also want to send it via text, right? And here is again that pre-built template where it's going to send them that text message as well. And Omnisend already has the legal things in here about replying to stopped to opt out, because you need to give people always an option to opt out of anything, right? And this is also true inside of the email template as well, but it's already built in there for you for safety reasons. Okay, cool. So far we've showed you how to set up a form for your Shopify website and the automations that follow. Now, the next thing that we want to do to complete this whole email engine for our business is actually set up all the other automations. So if we come back into automations, we're going to go ahead and click on workflow. Now, you can see there's already these pre-built templates for automation. So I recommend you set up all of them. So you have cart abandonment. So you have templates templates for that. So you can send them out 3 emails and 1 text message for abandoned carts. I think the rule is that for abandoned carts, you're only allowed to send out 1 text message, and that's why there's only 1 text message. And so it's perfect because Omnisend already has those pre-built templates for you. So just like we customize the workflow for the welcome series, right, we're also going to go and choose the template and then customize that workflow for those. And remember, everything in Omnisend is drag and drop and super simple to use, right? There's also browse abandonment. So browse abandonment is different from cart abandonment. Cart abandonment is if someone actually adds to cart. Browse abandonment is if someone actually was on a product page and then did not purchase the product. So product abandonment, again, is sending that email to someone that didn't necessarily add to cart, but they were viewing an actual product page for an extended period of time. And because Omnisend is connected to your Shopify store, they know if that customer opted into emails, they know where they landed on which pages. So these templates are actually automatically going to drive that customer back directly to that exact product page for you. So if they abandoned cart or they abandoned the product, the follow-up emails, these templates are already pre-built to send them back to the exact product they were looking at or had added to cart. Transactional emails, order confirmations, this is actually huge. Order confirmation is actually behind abandoned cart is actually the second top performing email campaign. And the reason that is because as soon as someone buys, they're hot because they just had their wallet open and made a purchase. And so your order confirmation is the very nature is that people buy something and they want to go check the order was confirmed, that they just gave you money. I just want to make sure that they actually got that order and my money didn't just go into an abyss of nowhere, right? And so people check their order confirmation probably the most out of any other email. And inside of that order confirmation, you can actually upsell them into other products. So if I click on order confirmation here and look at the template for what an order confirmation looks like, and I go to edit content here, you can see that I can start recommending, I can add to the bottom of this order confirmation additional upsells. So I can come in here and click on a product recommender where I can then recommend them other products to buy. This product recommender is actually going to show them the top products that they looked at before. So you can see here at the bottom of the page, I could say something like, I could add a text, right? I could add text here. So I can actually come in here and I can select what to recommend. So I can put the most viewed products similar to past purchases, products contact recently viewed, right? We can recommend products that we know that they already like or we're looking at, right? And so this is where it's really beneficial to potentially even offer like a discount to maybe even upsell them. So we could come in here and we can add a discount box right here, something that says enjoy 20% off your next purchase. And you can set this discount code up right here with the total discount value, right? And then we can add some text at the top of this, right? That says enjoy 20% off your next purchase. I don't know, something like this. But obviously you can see how intuitive and how easy to use this is, just like this. Yep. Something like that. And it's going to make them a custom discount code per every single time this sends out that email. And this discount code is automatically going to work inside of your Shopify store since Shopify and Omnisend are integrated. Back inside of Omnisend automations, right? Again, those are browse abandonment, cart abandonment, our shipping confirmation, right? All of those are super valuable. But again, I would do all of the ones that Omnisend offers and makes sense to. And I would explore all templates and set up as many automations that make sense for your personal business goals. All right, so far we have built our form for our website, our pop-up form. We have built the automation that follows that pop-up form, and we have talked about automations. Now, the other thing that Omnisend has is regular campaigns. So campaigns are different from automations. Automations fire automatically. Campaigns are the emails that you want to send out at minimum once or twice per week, right? And if we come into campaigns and then go to create a campaign, right, you have right off the bat, you have different options here. So, right, for every email, you would also want to send a text message, but let's just look at the email ones first. So we're going to choose the email campaign, right? We can come up with subject lines, have the AI actually look at it, but let's just put test here, right? And look at the different email templates. So the question is, what do I send out campaigns for? I send out campaigns for everything, right? You have flash sales, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Valentine's Day, you have Christmas, New Year's Eve, you have all of the different holidays that exist, but then also you have internal business updates, right? We just launched new products. We are doing a giveaway. We're doing a poll on what to launch next, right? There's so many different campaigns that you can think about outside of just constantly blasting your list with a sale, right? There's so many different things that can help you connect to your customers, right? Like we'll send out, quarterly updates of all of our new 5-star reviews, stuff like that. And when you sit down and think about all the different things that you can talk about in your email campaigns, you actually come up with a lot of different things. So if we look inside Omnisend, they also, of course, give you a bunch of different templates, right? So if you come in here and we look at some of their offers, right, you have welcome and engage. Let's see what that is. Welcome new subscribers, right? We already have that. Promote specific products. So maybe you added new products to your product line, right? Or you're going to launch new products and you want to create hype around the new products, right? Maybe you have a sale coming up, right? You have Mother's Day, Christmas, Memorial Day, 4th of July, right? Every single holiday, there's an email that goes with that, right? Same thing with text messages. And the days that you send out emails and text messages are actually really fun days in the e-commerce world because you know that you're going to make some money. So if we come in here and create an SMS, right, it's the same idea, right? If you're going to send out an email for Black Friday via email, you're also going to send out a text message at the same time. So the rule of thumb with our shop is we copy whatever the email campaign is. So if it's, flash sale, we would also send out a flash sale via text message as well. Another really cool thing that Omnisend has introduced is this reviews tab where they actually are allowing you to collect reviews. And it's really valuable because it's via email as well. So not only is this going to help you create that reviews widget on your actual website, but you can target them via email to collect reviews all in one space. So this is actually something that I was actually using a different provider for this, but now I don't need to pay for that provider anymore because Omnisend does it all right here. So this is super, super valuable. And like I said, normally you would have to go pay for another software to collect your reviews, but now Omnisend has it all in one place. So it really is your all-in-one platform for building brand loyalty, right? From setting up that form, from doing automations to doing your broadcast via text message and email, and now collecting reviews for your customer. I have seen Omnisend grow so much since they started, and now with all their new AI features and all their templates, they just make it so easy. So guys, if you want to try out Omnisend right now, there is a link in the description and you can get started today for your own Shopify store. Guys, I hope you got some serious value out of this video. I hope you enjoyed this full strategy, your full email marketing strategy for your Shopify store, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys.